Allbirds is worth a ton of money. I'm talking $2 billion in less than a decade of its founding. It has become a staple shoe for Silicon Valley tech bros, celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, and probably family members like your mom. And they've done it all without putting their $95 sustainable sneakers on sale. I'm gonna break down 3 lessons that we can all learn from the amazing story of Allbirds. Lessons you can take away as a builder, a founder, or a professional. Let's hop into it. What's up, everyone? This is Alex Lieberman, co-founder and executive chairman of Morning Brew, and this is Founder's Journal. Before we hop into it, make sure to smash that subscribe button so you can get more great content from Morning Brew and Founder's Journal. Today, I am talking about Allbirds and the journey of this amazing startup from inception to IPO. First, some backstory. In 2016, Tim Brown and Joey Zwillinger decided to launch a sustainable footwear brand. That brand is Allbirds. Tim Brown grew up in New Zealand. He was a great soccer player or footballer and ended up playing for the New Zealand national team. So Tim had this experience in business school where he was creating and selling leather shoes to classmates. And he enjoyed it, but he wanted to create a more comfortable, more sustainable shoe for people. He was inspired by the sheep and specifically their merino wool in New Zealand, and he wanted to create a great shoe made from that merino wool. What ultimately happened was Tim received a grant from the Merino Wool Trade Association to launch this sustainable, comfortable shoe. He took that grant to make the shoe and he launched it on Kickstarter, raising $119,000 in 5 days. Right after the Kickstarter campaign, Tim partnered up with Joey Zwillinger, who is a biotech engineer and a renewables expert, and they launched Allbirds with the original Wool Runner shoe in March of 2016. 2 years later, Allbird was pulling in $100 million in revenue, and by September 2020, the company was valued at $1.7 billion and was a major player in the footwear and apparel market. Here's how they did it. Lesson 1, if you say you're mission-driven, actually be mission-driven. Since Allbirds was founded, they have had 3 guiding principles. The first is that consumers recognize that climate change is an existential threat to society. The second is that consumers connect their purchase decisions with impact on the planet. Third, consumers want to have it all. They don't want to compromise looking good, feeling good, or doing good. Here's how they did it. For Allbirds, they organized themselves as a B Corp, which basically meant a type of business where they view their stakeholders, not just as their shareholders, but their employees and the world. And so all of their policies and their values are guided around their impact on the world, not just their stakeholders. The company also added a self-imposed carbon tax. That means they measure their climate impact down to the supply chain and actually pay for a self-imposed carbon offset. They also launch every additional product with sustainable materials, so they have a net carbon neutral supply chain. They have everything from their new bralettes that are made with merino wool and eucalyptus fibers. They even invented a sole called Sweet Foam, which is made from Brazilian sugarcane. Lesson 2, understand your unique angle. Allbirds absolutely killed go-to-market. They leaned into sustainability in a way that was consistent but approachable, and they had a killer YouTube commercial at launch that even featured Tim Brown himself. On the day of their launch, Time Magazine did a whole write-up on Allbirds, calling it the world's most comfortable shoe, and very quickly, Allbirds became the go-to sneaker for Silicon Valley tech bros. A lot of this was due to the fact that Allbirds raised VC money very early on, and the more investors they pulled in, the more you saw people wearing Allbirds at WeWorks around the country. Obviously, star power and celebrity had a hand in making Allbirds a thing, but the real thing was they stayed true to their values. They built a business model around sustainability, and they had a community that shared this value on sustainability with them. What does that mean? Allbirds has never done a sale, not even once. Allbirds plainly states on their website that they don't believe in discounts because they work hard every single day to create quality, sustainable shoes. So much so that on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they actually charged $1 extra for their Wool Runner shoes. Next, lesson 3, nurture your customers. Allbirds is what we call a direct-to-consumer brand, or DTC, which means they sell their shoes directly to customers. For a brand like Allbirds, they have high marginal costs. They need to pay for the cost of their shoes. And in order to keep growing your business, you need to be more than a one-trick pony. You need to extend the lifetime value of your customer. How do you do that? You introduce new products, in Allbirds' case on top of the Wool Runners, to cater to the psychographic or demographic that you're trying to serve. But the risk here that you run is diluting your brand. If you end up just launching new products for the sake of making your customers more valuable, you run the risk of being all things to no one, whether it's being just a sleep company or an eye company. So the question is, how do you launch more shoes in a quality way that doesn't dilute your original mission as a business? That's why Allbirds consistently uses its customers to inform its product pipeline. The Wool Runners, their OG shoes that they launched with in 2016, that product has changed 35 times as a result of feedback from customers. On top of that, Allbirds owns a relationship with 2 million email subscribers and social media followers, which is so important in an age of social media platforms owning an audience or the third-party cookie going away. From my own experience building Morning Brew, I can tell you owning an audience with email is a massive unlock for companies. The fact that Allbirds has it is huge. So there you have it, the story of Allbirds and the lessons you can learn from the company as a builder and professional. Want to hear more stories of amazing companies and lessons you can learn? Comment below or DM me on Twitter @BusinessBarista with a company you want to hear about. Thanks for watching Founders Journal. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you want more great content around business, entrepreneurship, and career, you can hit the subscribe button below, and you can also hit the bell so you're notified every time we publish a new video. Take it easy.